Greetings, Saber fans. Your old pal Megtooth Sith. This is another project for Tony Tone. You know who you are. Now this Graflex, again, Megtooth Sith Sabers already installed this. This was Tseng Super Graflex on my channel. Chassis got broke, so it came back to me for reinstall. And I actually had to do a lot of work on this because a lot of the wires got broke when the chassis broke. You know, and the metal chassis broke, which takes quite a bit of force to do that, but it happened. But here's the chassis. This is, of course, a Goth3D Master Chassis in metal. And, you know, I've got a lot of neopixel stuff going on. And I've got two standard green LEDs back here that are also on MOSFETs.
Lightsaber. It belongs to me.
You can see those green LEDs. Hopefully they're doing their thing back there. And I'm hoping that's turning out. Now, once they turn the saber on, they go on solid. And then when you turn the saber off, they go back to blinking. And, you know, they'll time out. And then you can also see I've got the neopixel spools going in the back there. The neopixel spools are going in the back of this chassis. And then I've programmed your crystal chamber to, you know, flash on and off depending on which font you're on. Now, this saber always had shine through on that glass eye. And it still does, but you can't see it because it doesn't have a blade in it. But I'll show it to you when I get the blade in it. So, you know, without further ado, let's, you know, so Tony, make sure you undo this clamp when you go to put it, the hilt in, and then you put the hilt in, and you know, you tightening it up. It's got gestures on it, so. And basically, I tighten it up till, you know, this grip is same with the clamp. The cobalt D-ring goes to the grip, goes to the clamp. Close the clamp. We're in business. Now, I did give you blade retention on this one, and your blade retention is, you know, same place it was before, which is right here, right there. So there's, you know, your blade igniting. This saber is on OS 6 with a lot of Fernando's blade styles. You can see you got shine through on that glass eye. This is in TFA configuration, Graflex 2.5. And, you know, your red button, your Graflex button is your power button, and your button 22 over here on the Vader's Vault adapter is your auxiliary button. So when you press auxiliary, you get blaster. Hold auxiliary, you get lockup. Hold auxiliary point down, you get tip drag. If you hold, you know, your power and auxiliary, you get lightning block. But just keep holding power but let go of auxiliary. Now, you're going to have to read the button instructions because this saber is complicated because it has edit mode. So watch the button instructions. I'll also send you a link on another video to watch. But this saber is equipped with 3 different gesture ignitions. Number 1 is thrust on. So you thrust the saber forward, it turns on. You also have swing on, where you swing it really fast and the saber comes on. And then the last one is twist. So twist on and twist off. Now, if you either use thrust on or swing on, you're in battle mode. When you're in battle mode, you get automatic melt, which when you twist the saber gets progressively more aggressive. But you also get automatic lockup. So if you're dueling with somebody else and your sabers touch, you have automatic lockup going. To stop that, you just pull away. This has got a track player edit mode. It's got web USB. You can add more fonts to it, clone presets. I've got a video all about that I'll send you in the link, and that works for all these sabers, Tony, that you're going to be getting soon. Both your Graflexes and your KR flagship. So I also replaced the battery in this one, Tony, so this lightsaber is like brand new, brand spanking new. It's like I never installed it before. And I fixed the button 22. You know, this thing's in really good shape, Tony. It's coming back to you better than it was when you had it the first time. This saber is awesome. Just make sure that when you take that rear off that you loosen that Graflex clamp. Those gesture ignitions sometimes are a little bit crazy to activate and you don't want them to. But, you know, you can see that you've got the, you know, I'll show you. And then when you deactivate, it spools back down. So that's pretty cool. The accents back there are pretty cool. And they do different things in all the different presets. There's tons of presets in here, Tony. I'm not going to run through each one. You know, my videos got to be where they were too long in these saber demonstrations. You know the saber's awesome. It's got a bunch of fonts on it. You own everything, so you know I set it up proper for you. This thing's awesome. It's got a lot of fonts, a lot of music on it. This saber is thebomb.com. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. May the force be with you, or the dark side, as it were. Blam! Thank you, everybody, for watching, as usual. I really appreciate y'all tuning in on my channel. And as always,